Hello, my name is Esmeralda Gonzalez, and I've been with, I call him professor. I even call him a doctor. Just because he is a master in psychology, positive psychology, and that's Paul Brick. And he's been a student and a protege and a follower and a faithful follower of this philosophy that he has brought to us. And at this point, I want to tell you the three major positive benefits that have come to me with this course. And I'm going to apply it to a person that wants to be a writer. Okay. So there's three things that we talked to her about. One, we spoke about neuroscience, how we think about ourselves, and what we say to ourselves is like fulfilling prophecy. So we need to make sure we are empathetic with ourselves and make sure that we are saying good things so that we can accomplish all our achievements and what we set ourselves to do. And you can analyze one habits with charts. That's another benefit about this positive psychology course that I am introducing to this one client of mine. So I am trying to explain to her and trying to figure out what type of habit she has, because there's about four. And one is your basically, maybe it could be a physical habit. It could be a physical habit. It could be maybe you need to do exercise. You need to lose weight, or maybe how you think that is not being too beneficial about completing a task. It could be an emotional habit whereby your mood alters. And finally, it can be a habit of a circle habit that you continue to do it. In this case, it's a circle habit because she wants to write. She starts writing. She stops writing. She comes back, she stops. Right now, what she wants is to be a routine thing. And so she saw that I've already started my courses that I wanted to do in this one platform. And she's like, well, can you help me with my writing? So I'm going to explain to her about the circle habit, which is... We explain it with trying to go ahead and also provide some resource. And what I love about the science is that we can document, we can measure whether you're being productive, if you're demonstrating that the program is working or not. Okay, we use surveys, we use technology, and we track the process. Now we'll come back and ask you. One of the first things, like I said, was we talked about neuroscience, my favorite topic. I'm really into movement, and like herself, she wants to have energy so that she could accomplish her writing. So I says, okay, energy, sure. Positive psychology talks about the activation energy rule, which is the 20-second rule that helps us motivate us and accomplish what we need to do. And that is physical activity. As a matter of fact, I have a mirror where I put 10 jumping jacks, 10 jumping plays, 10, punching back and forth, 10 lounges. So I basically need energy myself so that I can continue to focus, because that's why I started positive psychology. In your case, you want to be able to learn how to write, how to make it a habit where you can do some kind of writing. So dopamine is you can trick your brain by doing the 20-second rule, or shaking yourself. You feel really excited. That should then help you with finishing your book. Okay. I know that you told me you like to nap. That's why I'm starting with this activation energy second rule, because there's times then that one lacks energy. So if you start with, you don't have a clue on how to start, we can start with getting some energy and being able to sit down and put our thoughts on paper. And we're going to start by putting how we can put your routine in some kind of habit where it means something to you. So then we sat down, and again, I'm talking to her about my positive psychology, my science of happiness, how, again, and I repeat myself, because again, this is about repeating. It's not too complicated. And I'm going to show it to you. If you saw my first tape on what is positive psychology, I did about 4 acronyms, because it's actually some of the pillars, some of the foundation and principles that we have and we have to hold on to. And like some of our forefathers and some of, they kind of like copy some of the things that we use in how we learn our scriptures, the Bible, where we repeat and repeat so that we can implement and take this seriously. So yeah, we need to repeat what we need to do. And so here we go. So some of the habits are 4. Is it physical? This is something that you need to do with your body. Is it your thinking, something that you keep doing at this over and over again? Or is it emotional, where, your mood, you lock yourself up, you can't bounce back? Or is it a circle habit whereby everything is fine, but you keep doing this and it's not helping you at all? So she said, no, it was a circle habit. So here you go. The client wants to finish a book. She started and has not finished. So 1, we want to start by explaining the 7 secrets of happiness. The first belief, the first secret is to believe. And then we start compiling information on why is it that she cannot seem to have this one habit together. And then 2, she complains about not having time. And the conclusion, after discussing the habit, she admits that there's a circle habit, and that there's 3 benefits that can help her and to break the habit, and that is taking so that she can take time to write her book. And so we explain each step. So we start with the 3 benefits after we decide what kind of habit she has. And we're feeling that there's a couple of steps that we can work with her. So we start with discussing how we implement, that we need to understand that it's a circle habit that we need to put in place. And then we talk to her about PERMA, which is she needs to believe in herself. She needs to be positive. These are her states, her positive emotion, her engagement to what she's really wanting out of right. What is the meaning that she has? Why does she want to write? Why is this so important? So we really need to get her to ask herself, because she has the answer. Just give her the time, give her the setup, and talk to her about not only about PERMA. I would go first the seven habits, because remember the 7 habits first talks about believing in yourself, and then the smiling, and just having willpower, and just how much does this mean to you. And then PERMA is just keeping it short, keep it positive, stay emotional, stay engaged, get your relationship to support you, your meaning, what's the achievement. And then of course the 20-second activation rule, which is make sure that you can get that energy, because you tend to nap. Okay, so how do we start? So we're going to start with forms. We're going to start with journaling. And again, a positive emotion, reminding her that she needs to be engaged with herself and her relationships so that they can support her. And how, is this really worth it? Do you really want to go through all this indoctrination, documentation, understanding yourself so that you can get this one habit? You really feel that writing your book is going to get you that feeling of happiness, complacentness? So this journaling is what's going to help her. Then here we go. Positive psychology, science of happiness. So how do we apply this? So like I said, we talked about step one, which is her identifying why she desperately needs this. And then journalize one by one. How can, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in the neuroscience that if you think you can do this, you will be able to do it? Do you believe in the neuroscience that whatever you say to yourself is what's going to happen? And then you go in there and you explain the small wins that little by little means goes a long way. If you have to wake up in the morning, and in the morning, the minute you do, you take your phone and you put it on recorder, or you do it on voice tape translation, text translation, and you start writing 2 pages. Learn how to have self-control. For that, you need to possibly rearrange when you go to bed. Do you need energy? Then we already gave you the first thing you complained was you couldn't write and you took naps. So then start your activation rule. Like I said, I personally have a mirror where I say 10 this, 10 that, and that helps me that every time that's my 20-second rule. It activates my heart. It activates my adrenaline. It activates my meaning of why I want to stay having a well-being. So then my accountability group is my husband. He's great on that. And yeah, because it's like you're doing a transformation that you're going to be writing, that you're going to come out with a product, and you have to learn to enjoy the process. And basically, benefits of positive psychology, that we're teaching you how to enjoy the process. So again, I start by asking her beliefs and what she wants to improve. The client wants to work on her book. She doesn't have time. So the way that we can do this is by helping her to start writing. So how can we do this? By recommending her journaling on how she can do small wins. After we introduce her the 7 habits or our 7 pillars of the secrets of happiness. And then the small wins, she grabs it with her 20-second rule to give her energy. In this case, I'm actually suggested to her that she not get up from bed in the morning, but that she put the alarm clock and that she smile as soon as she wakes up. That's what I learned in positive psychology. And then you grab your phone and you give yourself time to record, text, record, translate what you're saying. And you don't even have to type. I mean, technology is amazing. And again, explaining to her that little bit that she does in the morning, those 2 pages that she does in the morning, is going to help her. Okay, this is is the neuroscience and the neurotransmitters. Okay, we don't want to be stressed. There's just no reason to live life like that, especially not for not being able to write 2 pages. And you're gonna get so. Again, she said that the meaning was so incredible, that it was so important to her. So I see her from 2 pages. I see her in no time finishing that book. Okay. I want to be able to, to let her know that, if she uses the small wins with the 20-second rule, again, she's going to drop some pleasure rewards in there. She's going to get some arousal. She's going to feel like, hey, I'm doing it. The same when she's working with anything that needs to make her feel like she's got it. This is increasing her memory capacity, making her feel like some of my quotes, making her feel beautiful, making life's crappiness into what she likes, happiness, with her book. And yeah, stabilizing one's emotions, because her sleeping that's an emotional thing. So between the working with this map of the neurons and how your cortisone and your dopamine and your neuroperipherin works and your serotonin, if you keep that in mind and understand that your brain is your favorite, your BFF. If you tell it you are like useless, it will be like, you're useless. If you tell it you're awesome, you're awesome. It works however you want it. Okay, so let's keep it positive. Remember, we're usually 100%. We're about 65% positive, and the rest we need to work at it. Some people are more positive than 65. Okay, don't stay behind. Another clue that you can give, one of the third piece that I would work with this client is for her to understand, when is it that she's feeling tired? When is it that she doesn't want to write? This is very important. You need to know and notice your best time, the location where you can produce your best writing. Go back to the same place. You got to be specific, because if you're doing a habit, it's got to be specific. It's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday, exactly what time it is. In my case, I suggested to her in bed, putting her technology. Again, give her examples that she might start choosing. And, the time, when is the best time. Pay attention to these things, okay? Because this is very powerful. It's difficult, but it's a way to build a better habit, okay? So, for example, you pay attention. You may notice that you repeat certain tasks mindlessly at different points during the day. And these patterns are bad habits, because they don't let you do what you need to do. Okay, you may want to take a journal, how you feel at this time. You might journalize this in the morning, in the afternoons. You know how you feel in the morning and the afternoon. And my best time is in the morning. And I have learned to appreciate after 3, and even the evenings, because I didn't like it before. It was like, no, but no, you have to teach yourself. You're never too old to teach yourself. So in many cases, your habits are a signal of how you feel. And maybe bored. Maybe that afternoon, writing a habit, breaking the habit, the monotony, do it a different way. Maybe you feel lonely. So that boredom, you can fix it with actually taking care of your need, which is writing. Because that's what your heart wants. That's what the pit of your stomach has been asking for. Oh yeah, the heart, your pit of your stomach, your mind, everything works together when it wants it, when it wants something, when it wants to be engaged, and when it wants to um achieve something. And the congruence, when you tell the brain that I'm gonna do something and you don't, that's an emotional state. You're basically lying to yourself, and that is chaos to your brain. You're not caring for yourself and your brain and your mind and your stomach. Everything in your state will tell you that something's wrong. Okay, so that's why I like the benefits of positive psychology. It's it's PE, positive emotions, which that's your state. And EM, which is in the engagement and the meaning that you have over it. Those are your traits, how great you are with people, how great you can express yourself. And at the end, the zest, your emotions, your achievements. Again, this is how I explained it to my client, that by her telling herself how much meaning this is, this can really help her. I definitely put her, my coach Brocco put me into these 4 questions, which I love. And that is, to finish my book, all I need to do is to do less 5% and to do more and instead of. So in other words, he's putting you to say, what are your excuses? If I do less percent of watching TV or less percent of napping, I can get a lot more done. The second question is, how important is it for you to focus on what you want? And, finish the sentence. Third, if I were to be 15% less critical would I complete my work? Number 4, if I decided to dedicate more time and effort to pursuing my dream, what would it be? And again, this is to help you focus. Again, habits, they're not good, they're not bad. You just want to control your own well-being. Esmeralda Gonzalez, thank you very much. I took this class with Brocco Pobrick, and we take it through Udemy. And I am suggesting anybody that needs to reevaluate a habit as to become a better person, bigger than themselves, please either let me know or please visit Udemy. Thank you.